OK。
すごく緊張します。
これは本当に緊張しますね。今日はブライダルチェックの結果発表を確認いたします。これはドキドキですね。
とてもこれはもっと大切から。
バレエより大切？
バレエももちろん大切けど、これは私だけじゃない。私はこのテストをママと話して、This kind of test they don't usually do young people.
Oh really?
Yeah. So people, just try to have kids. If they have them, great. If not, if like they find difficulties, that's when they do test. But the reason why I think it was a good idea to check, and my mom agreed, is that the more information you have about yourself, the better. I just don't want this result to freak us out in a bad way.
ということでね、先日動画を上げた通り、僕たちね、子供が欲しいなっていうことで、でも実際に、どうなのかなっていうか、仕事の都合で、やっぱりこう、計画として練っていかないっていうところでね。So, we actually went to bridal check. 結果が届きました。もっとかかると思ってたんですけど、2、3週間って言われたんですけども、まだ2週間経ってないね。今日はこれのね、結果を発表しますっていう動画なんですけれども、ちょっと開ける前に、お互いに、I wanna share your feeling before you open. で、after you open, you wanna share. それはいいですか？ただ、1個ね、今ちょっと緊張してるじゃん。ちょっとファニーエピソード言っていい？これはね、もうめちゃくちゃファニーエピソード。
Let's see if it's funny or not.
これはね、あんまりこれ YouTube とかで言うことじゃないかもしれない。どうだろう？でもカップル YouTuber とかならやっぱり言ってっかな。何これやめて、ちょっとこれブレイキングダウンで見るやつなの。
見てない。
見てない。ネレアさんがブレイキングダウン見てたらめっちゃ面白いけど。ファニーエピソード。ちょっと私言うのも緊張するんだけど、この前8年記念日が終わったんですけれども。で、8 years ago、私は多分言ったのね、like I have an experience with somebody. I actually told you, right? Like, chaka chaka. But, I actually never had anybody.
どういうこと？
Like, I don't have an experience.
Why did you tell me that?
その時に you questioned me, so like I was like, oh, yes. I was trying to be cool. So だから8 years I was holding it, but I didn't have a chance to share. I mean, I didn't have to share. Like, you didn't ask me.
I mean, I always had the doubt because you were never very specific about it. Like, you were never like, with this, like, you don't want to share with me many details because you know that the more I know, the more I'm gonna bother you, right? I know that feeling.
Yeah.
So I thought, maybe he doesn't want to share because he doesn't want me to get obsessed with it.
Right.
But that's your part.
よかった。
Yeah.
ネラさんもっとなんか笑うと思ってたけど、そんなファニーじゃないこれ。
relief.
relief?
I mean, I don't know. Like, 本当は relief の気持ちがあるけど、もちろん、like, partners, before they get married, usually they have many different. So, when you decide to get married with somebody, you cannot blame them for having done that with somebody else before you because it's their life, right? So that's what I was trying to tell myself, like, he didn't know you.
Right.
He didn't know me, so it's not cheating, but because you were my first, like you're experiencing somebody else and you are my first, so that feeling was.
So for 8 years you were holding it, like you were trying to hold, like you were trying to control that feeling.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to control.
You could have just told me. Why made you share it right now?
これはあれでしょ、多分経験人数が多い方が more you have experience, you have more chance, right, to have some disease or something, right? そうでもない。
Yes, that's why I asked you. When we went to the clinic, like some of the tests that they were gonna do is usually that virus is transmitted by interacting sexually with different partners. So when you do that, then you pass around viruses and stuff. So that's why I wanted to tell the doctor, like, hey, I've never done with anybody before. Maybe I don't need to test for this. And I asked you that to say, like, and you didn't want to share actually. And I was like, did he actually have more than one? I was like, having
like how many?
思
ってたんだ。いや1ですよ。ネレさんです。
私。
はい。それはグッドなの。
Yes. We're very pure. So I have a question. Now that we are opening up, I want to...
なんかあんのもしかして1じゃないの？
1です。You know that you're my first. It's easy to check. We were together in New York and then came back to New Jersey. And in between we had like 2-3 months and we didn't see each other and we came back and you didn't want to do it with me.
あれはね、たまに私の言うのは私のもう病気だよね。意味はない。
You're saying like we were not together for 2-3 months and then we get together and you don't want to do it. So maybe he did with somebody. Something happened.
いやもう本当にない。もう本当にもうバレエとバイトだけしてた。
But you saw me after 3 months, so you don't wanna.
多分それはね、ネレアさんがこううわってきたから、ってなった。
That's the normal reaction.
日本に確かに2、3ヶ月いたけど、もう私はもうバレエとバイト週7あって、じゃあ週3回読んでバイトかバレエどっちか入れようかっていう、もうそれしか考えてなかった。遊ぶとしたらもう男の人だよね。バイト先の男の人とバイト終わって夜の3時から吉野家食べましょうよみたいな。
I feel like I don't know if it's good to talk about all of this, but
まだ
no, it's just like this kind of relationship is very important to have in a couple. I don't know if in Japan people consider it like that important or not, but I think once somebody in the couple says I don't want to do it, the other one feels rejected or doesn't feel like not desired, or maybe this other person is cheating. Like, so that's why I think it's very important to have a open communication first, and of course, so if you say I don't want to do it because of this or that or
まあちょっとこれちょっと乗せにくいけど、まあでも本当に疲れるから仕事をしたい、体力がないからまあいいよ、ちょっとこれはちょっとさすがにもういいよ。
Yeah.
で、so before you open it, I wanted to share. I mean, I kind of share already 大戸屋でさ。
Yeah.
Big table.
Yeah.
Like even though the result is like is not what we want, like I will be happy with you forever.
Me too, baby.
As I said, true my feeling.
I love you. This is a test, and from the test we see the good, we celebrate. The bad, we try to fix.
Fix or like we will have different plan, or like, you know, having kids is amazing, more than amazing, but just that's not the only happiness we can find. So you feel the same way?
I feel the same way. I don't wanna like if it says no, I just don't wanna obsessed with no. Oh, that's it. You know, like actually many couples are diagnosed like they cannot have kids, they actually adopt children, and after they adopt they actually have naturally. So like,
oh yeah,
yes, my mom has friends like that. So that's what I'm saying, like even if this says no, it doesn't mean that we will never be able. Maybe our bodies, you know, need some time, or you know,
I mean, even if, I guess if it says yes, that doesn't mean we
exactly
can. It's not like we got the baby. Like, so まあこれはまだテストだからね。
yes.
You wanna share a feeling, or you wanna just open it?
I mean, I share my feeling with you.
You wanna go for it?
Yes.
山本さん。
Should we do one more?
じゃあネラさんからいく。まあネラさんはもうなんか健康の鏡だからね。夜更かしも全くしないしさ、ジャンクフードも食べないしな。
I mean, we are both young. There's no reason to be anything bad.
Go for it.
Sure.
はい。とりあえず、No problems. ホルモン値が
I don't understand if you talk to me like that.
ホルモンがレスが more か。I mean, it's not too far from the normal. So you probably wanna see the 婦人科.
This brings me back memories because when I was little, I did a lot of tests for growing.
皆さん、これは大丈夫。これは大丈夫。本当に。
I did a lot of tests, hormonal tests for growing. And I remember that sometimes because you know how I get, right? I get really stressed, and I get a lot of crazy about needles and stuff. And sometimes they said you have to repeat because my body condition was not good. So I don't know, maybe it's because I don't know if it's because of that, when I do test my hormones, you know, spike or something, or if it's actually, I don't know, I'm feeling sick.
I can check if you want. Stop the camera. まあびっくりしたけど、まあ多分、まあ大丈夫。まあ私医者じゃないけど。
To go to the doctor.
一応見た方がいいけど、まあ、今調べた感じ、多分大丈夫。いや、問題は私よ。
Don't say that. Don't say that. No, hold on. No red. You're perfect. Hold on, I'm dying.
まあこれはちょっとずるいね。
What?
私の方がさ、圧倒的に不健康じゃん。病気とかやってる、そういうのあるよね。ルーレットでさ、people have a good routine and but you get suddenly some bad, really bad disease or something.
Exactly.
And you have a bad routine and you never get any.
Exactly.
I grew up really I was weak my brother never had anything, and I always had something. Like I get sick all the time. Seems like right now I'm average height in Japan, but when I was young, I was always like the front one. みんなはこうやってやるんだけど、一番前でこうやって。
I mean, our kid is gonna be small. That's for sure.
そうだからネラさんのやったホルモンのやつもなんかやった方がいいかもねみたいな。You test 3 times, and then if you have like something 2 times, and you should do it. I had 1 time, weird. Second time was like close. The third time was okay. So the doctor was like, "Oh, if you wanna do it, you can do it, but like, if you don't wanna do it, you don't have."
In my case, they did the test and they said the hormones are okay. What does it say?
これは you have no problem. You have this like yeah, everything's good.
What about the swimmers?
Swimmers, they're
What is it?
like I'm very average. Everything's average.
What are these?
Like how like
the fast?
moves fast or like
What is
like the form or whatever something. I'm very average.
The movement is good. I was watching a TikTok earlier about suddenly just popped that, and they were like checking how they swim, and then none of them moved, and there was one that was going in circles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the doctor was saying like this is useless. If you go in circles, you cannot swim to them.
I mean that one doesn't get.
Or like some of them like crushing. It's funny to see that.
まあとりあえずもうノープロブレム。まあ私は
よかった。
何ですかね皆さん。
I'm gonna die soon.
なんでどうしようかね皆さん。どうする？これはポスタボール。I mean I think yours is pretty good too.
Let me.
Like you just
get
get overwhelmed.
Well.
What do you think?
Then I guess we have to go to the doctor and tell her like what is this and is it normal and because I feel like when we went to this clinic we didn't really talk with the doctor about what we want, our plan, nothing. It was just to do the test. So I actually wanted to talk with a doctor.
That's gotta be next. Because that place was just to test again.
I thought that
they
place
cannot
was
answer anything until you test it. You know? Now we got data, so based on this we can talk.
With them or?
We can go different places. That place was just to check, so we can actually go closer ones. So, まあでもよかったんじゃない？ナラさんの方だって多分大丈夫だよ。まあ多分あれだね。ネラさんはさ、Is it okay to speak more, or because this is personal information? I mean, we are already recording. Or
I mean, before posting, just we can't stop.
I mean, we can keep going about this, or like you wanna just like talk here. After this, how do you feel? I mean, yours need to check, but like I think it's good so far. I think like it can be obviously bad, but this is already like good. I think, and mine was good. So
you're very relieved. I feel like
yeah.
For some reason you were feeling like
I don't know. Like I just didn't have any good like routine. I ate really bad and I sleep really bad. Well, what do you think?
It's very good. I'm still nervous, and as we said, like these results don't mean 100% yes, 100% no. So I guess we just have to try when we want to try. But I'm relieved a little bit because some of the test was like to check my insides, and then I guess that was fine, right? Besides that, I mean, it could have been way worse. I guess I don't know.
So you're relieved?
I'm relieved. I just wanna ask the doctor. Like,
right. I mean, I guess the result is the same. Like we just still need to see what's gonna happen.
I love you. チキですかね。
なんでそうなの？それ What makes you think that way?
Because I saw red.
いやまあちょっとねちょっとショック。
It says low or loser.
ルーザーはそれはルーザー良くないよちょっとねなんかびっくりしたよね。その赤いなんかオレンジだけどなんか書いてて。そうで クエスチョンはどんな家庭を築きたいですか？
I want a family with you and two kids.
Two kids?
Two, three.
Two, three.
Seven. And I want us to keep growing as a couple and as a family. And many people say actually you learn a lot from your kids. I'm also excited for us to grow as people. And my hope is that even though we may get very overwhelmed at work at times, right? To still balance our family life and
楽しみだね。
What about you?
My case? 幸せな家庭。なんだろうね。あんまりイメージできないかも。あいやね、ちょっと待って、バイバイじゃなくて、なんでバイバイってなんださっきから。バイバイじゃないって。違う。ザ幸せな家庭がこうあんまりこう別にイメージはない。これがあると幸せとか、こうなんないと幸せじゃないとか、そういうのはないかな。
Do you have times where you have images like movies in your head of us with kids like playing?
ザ・ハッピーモーメントみたいなのもそんなにイメージはないから、なんか Any moment I'm happy 今もハッピーだから私はもういつでも死んでも大丈夫ですっていうぐらい私は本当に幸せです。ちょっと怖いぐらい29だけどなんかもう幸せだった感じ。こんな幸せな人生を送ってる人はあんまりいないでしょ。比較できるもんじゃないけど幸せだけど、だから、次のパッションはベイビーとかザバレションだから次のパッションをこう、頑張んないとね。そこをなんか諦めたらもうやばいね。それでも多分結果としてはハッピーだったんじゃない？喜んでいいと思うよ本当に。
Just wanna find out.
ちょっと早く知りたいね。それは何なのかね。ゆりこ先生に聞こえる。今電話する。でも仕事かな？オペ中かな？明日ご報告があります。クイックご報告。でもこれとは関係ない。これはもう一旦そうだけどちょっと明日ねご報告があるのでぜひぜひチャンネル登録してチェックしてください。大事なご報告。夫婦関係じゃなくて仕事関係。あとね YouTube もねこれからちょっとまた夫婦系のなんか動画みたいなのを一昔前の Vlog みたいなのもちょっと増やしていこうかなと思うのでぜひぜひお願いします。チャンネル登録高評価もお願いします。グッドボタン最後押して動画を切り替えてくださいそれではありがとうございました。